ఇది వాళ్ళు ఇంతనాలో బియ్యన్నాలు dan sekian ya. Mr. Kevin Kariuki, Vice President for Power, Energy, Climate and Green Growth. Mr. Solomon Koinor, Vice President for Private Sector, Infrastructure and Industrialization. Mr. Bed Dunford, Vice President for Agriculture, Human and Social Development. Dr. Abdul Kamara, African Development Bank Deputy Director General for East Africa Region and Country Manager for Ethiopia Office. Colleagues from the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Water, Irrigation and Energy, and Ethiopian Electric Power. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to welcome you all today to this signing ceremony of the grant agreement with the African Development Bank for the implementation of Ethio-Djibouti second power interconnection project and the integrated agro-industrial parks and youth employment project with allocation amounting to US 71.3 million and the US 46.8 million respectively. I would like to mention that we are signing these financing agreements in the presence of 3 vice presidents of the bank, which makes it a very unique event. Your visit is a testimony of the bank president of Dr. Adesina commitment to follow the agreed issues during his recent visit to Ethiopia and the discussion with our Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. For anyone concerned about sustainable development, it is easy to argue the relevance of job creation and export development for sustainable growth of the economy. In fact, Ethiopia's 10-year development plan, 2021 to 2030, recognized the development of integrated agro-industrial parks and expansion of electricity export among the key intervention areas to improve the productivity, trade, balance, and job creation so as to stimulate long-term growth. This is to mention that the grant agreement we signed today in the amount of US 118.2 million for the implementation of the 2 projects are important for our effort to boost economic activities and regional integration. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, regional integration is a key priority for African Union under the new Partnership for Africa's Development Agenda 2063. The bank's previous investment in such as Mombasa, Nairobi, Addis Ababa Transport Corridor, Ethiopia Power Interconnection, and the first phase of Ethio-Djibouti Power and Road Interconnection shows its active role in supporting the endeavors for regional integration. Horn of Africa Initiative. The financing covers the construction of the transmission line last 10 years, including a 65% increase in customer connection in Djibouti. The other means of increasing export is to move away from export of raw materials and commodities to export of processed and the finished product to create decent jobs and earn additional income. Doing so, the development of integrated agro-industrial parks would be a key vehicle to achieve our agricultural transformation and industrialization objectives, which is reflected in our 10-year development plan. As you all know, the government has established 4 pilot integrated agro-industrial parks with the support of African Development Bank and other development partners in 2018. However, significant investment is required to develop additional irrigation infrastructure and provide access to productive factors and entrepreneurial skills for the unemployed youth. In connection with this, one of the project grant agreement we signed today in the amount of US $46.8 million will be keen to increase agricultural production by supporting the development of irrigation and the water management infrastructure in the rural transformation centers of the 4 integrated agro-industrial parks. The project will develop and rehabilitate 5 irrigation schemes in selected areas in proximity to the 4 agro-industrial parks and their associated rural transformation centers. The project will also be co-financed in parallel by the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, which is called BADIA. As you all know, COVID-19 and its aftermath increased the urgency for us to not only ensure resilience, but also to chart a course for economic transformation. We need to break the business as usual approach if we are to deal with existing unemployment and create good jobs for the tens of millions of young people who will join the labor force in the coming decade. In similar fashion, the government objective is to sustain growth momentum of the past decade by shifting the development strategy from a public sector dominated to a private sector oriented model, with the aim of creating jobs for its youth and growing population, with approximately 2 million new entrants joining the labor market each year. In this regard, the primary target of this project are smallholder farmers, with an estimated 30,000 households from the irrigation schemes that would benefit directly, among which 3,000 will be educated youth farmers. Respected Vice President, Deputy Director General Dr. Kamara, I would like to thank African Development Bank for playing a crucial role in furthering the agenda of integrating the continent through financing regional projects and reinforcing Pan-African solidarity. The projects we signed today are also well aligned with one of the key strategic pillars of the 10-year development plan, that is regional peace building and economic integration. The government of Ethiopia appreciates the bank's effort for its substantial support to our development endeavor and for reaffirming the strong partnership as demonstrated by the President Adesina's recent visit. On the other hand, the second project will support the government effort to fully operationalize the agro-industrial parks, solving the demand issues, and will enhance our export and the job creation agenda. I would also like to thank your team and the government staff for making all the preparation required to advance the 2 projects and for bringing additional resources from regional envelope to support development effort of our country. We hope that the bank will continue to maintain this intent and the spirit and the commitment in the future to further enhance our cooperation. I thank you all.
Glad to be with you here today, this afternoon, in the presence of 3 vice presidents of the African Development Bank Group, who are here to give us strategic guidance on how best the African Development Bank can help Ethiopia, and are also with us here in this ceremony. This is a clear sign of the African Development Bank's commitment to this country. Your Excellency, it may be recalled that the African Development Fund on Wednesday, 7 July 2021, approved 2 grants, $46.8 million for the implementation of the productivity enhancement support to integrated agro-industrial parks and youth employment project, $71 million for the Ethiopia-Djibouti Second Power Interconnection Project. Let me take this opportunity to express our sincere appreciation to the government of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia for the excellent partnership which has made the signing of these 2 grants possible today. The agreements for the productivity enhancement support to integrated agro-industrial parks and youth enhancement project and the Ethiopia-Djibouti Second Power Transmission Project that we are signing today bring the African Development Bank's total ongoing commitment to Ethiopia to about $1.76 billion, covering key sectors of energy, transport, water and sanitation, agriculture, multi-sector, and the private sector. The signing of these grants today is yet another testimony to the bank's commitment and shows the depth and breadth of the partnership between the bank and the government of Ethiopia, and also affirms our shared commitment towards Ethiopia's vision of becoming a lower middle income economy by 2025. The African Development Bank appreciates and fully supports Ethiopia's bold vision and agenda for economic transformation through improving agricultural productivity to enhance sustainable supply to agro-industries, create jobs for the youths, improve access to energy, and enhance regional integration. And jobs created for 3,000 graduate youths, of course, will multiply effects to the economy. On the other hand, the Ethiopia-Djibouti Second Power Interconnection Project is expected to increase Ethiopia's revenue from power export and improve the quality and reliability of power supply, as well as boost Djibouti's access to reliable, affordable, and clean electricity. In terms of implementation coordination arrangements, the Ministry of Water, Irrigation, and Energy will be the implementing agency for both projects through project implementation units based at the Irrigation Development Commission for the Productivity Enhancement Support Project, whereby the Ethio-Djibouti Second Power Transmission Project will be anchored in the Ethiopia Electricity Power, the EEP. Both projects will have steering committees to provide strategic guidance, and technical committees would also be there at various levels. We believe that these structures will enhance the timely and effective operationalization of these projects and will enhance ownership by the various stakeholders and sustainability of the results. More importantly, to assure you that the African Development Bank is committed to remaining a trusted partner of the government of Ethiopia. We look forward to working closely to ensure the timely and effective operationalization of these projects so as to deliver on our joint commitment for the development of this country. I thank you, Excellency.
Thank you.
And we're here to support you and are learning a lot about how to actually make this happen and support Mr. Kamara going forward. So thank you.
No, the two projects come under Beth and Kevin. So
today is a significant day for me. That project that has been signed is absolutely critical. I've seen many projects go to the board, but as Solomon would attest, it went with flying colors because the impact of that project was tremendous. And everybody said, these are the kind of projects that we should be doing. So first of all, coming and witnessing its signing is huge. My only other request right now is to do with distributed renewable energies. I really would like your utmost support because we all know that in order for us to achieve the ambition for universal access to energy, we need to take care of the rural folks. And that will not come through this kind of project, through the grid. We need to find ways of doing distributed renewable energies because we'll be able to catalyze development in the areas. That's all I'll ask, and I know we'll get your support. And once we get your support, the population, the people, the great people of Ethiopia will all be very happy. I thank you.